The fourth installment. Let's get this over with. Okay, so this one is a little different compared to the rest. It turns out that each member needs a crew in order to participate. Since Beast Boy has Cyborg and Raven has Starfire, Robin ends up making his own fictional crew that comes to life because he used Raven's spellbook. And guess what the reward is this time? If a team wins, they end up on Batman's chest.
You serious?
Yeah, they're clearly running out of ideas for this, but some of the performances were pretty fun to watch. I feel like Raven, Starfire, Beast Boy, and Cyborg really brought their A game to the table.
We're back with Justice League's next Top Talent Idol Star, Dance Crew Edition!
For the second part, because the team kicked Robin off, he's left in a standstill. That is until one of the judges decides to help him out. I don't think the judges are supposed to help out the contestants, but whatever. It has a pretty cool ending with the Teen Titans forming a dance crew, and they win.
The Teen Titans!
Nice. Nice.
A pretty solid installment. The Teen Titans steal a small marshmallow ducky thing that the Easter Bunny had locked up, and then over the course of the episode, they realize how much of a danger this thing is.
Every time.
I thought it was pretty fun seeing this thing eat everything in sight and turning them into marshmallowy goodness. He even goes as far as eating the Teen Titans, well, with the exception of Raven, who turns into this.
Everyone.
I'm about to throw up.
It's a decent Easter episode, even though it reminded me very much of Little Shop of Horrors. That's twice already, damn. Hey look, it's a seal now. Hey look, Raven's sleeping on Robin's shoulder. Go forth, shippers. The Titans believe that Starfire got scammed by the Joker, so they decide to go scam the Clown Prince of Crime himself.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I like the Joker references that were in this episode. It was pretty funny. Overall, it's an episode that makes fun of scams, but I got a ton of laughs out of this one, so I'll give them credit for that.
Because people use a word wrong?
Like I said, it's a pet peeve.
While they were trying to stop him from robbing a museum, the Teen Titans encounter the PP Goblin, which stands for Pet Peeve Goblin, who uses their pet peeves against them. That's actually really creative. So now for the rest of the episode, the Titans have to learn from Beast Boy to control their pet peeves. I like this episode, and seeing the Titans' pet peeves come to life was really fun to watch.
Your pet peeve is making me do it!
I find it very annoying.
You think I'm enjoying this?
Yes.
Raven is right, don't worry your head. Now I'm gonna make a snack, yeah, start with the bread.
Enough with the singing, Cyborg. I'm not in the mood.
I can't help myself, I'm being controlled by your pet peeve, your pet peeve.
I all of the sudden have the urge to trim the nails.
Do you mind, Starfire? I'm trying to eat, girl, you need to be a little bit more discreet.
So, just throwing this out there, do any of you guys have pet peeves of your own? Tell me in the comment section below. Another thing I found enjoyably funny was the Titans constantly asking the Pet Peeve Goblin to tell them about his plans.
Oh, come on, bro. You got to tell us your plan now.
Yeah, you can't drop a bomb on us like that and not tell us what it is.
Plus, knowing what you're up to makes our job so much easier.
Forget it. I'm not telling you.
Then can you at least give us the hint?
No.
But you bad guys typically love sharing your evil plans.
It's true. This man is telling the truth.
I liked it, and the final fight with the pet peeves was really fun to watch.
Stop it. Get some help. McDonald's wants you to give yourself a chance.
What do these animators want?
They're asking for our help. They say lately we've been overwhelming them with our big adventures. And if we don't cut back a little, then the schedule will get out of control and run wild. It could destroy our entire show.
Another fourth wall breaking episode, but unlike the other ones, this one is actually pretty funny. The animators of the show are begging the Teen Titans crew to stop doing anything so they won't have to animate big adventures. Basically, it's the crew being lazy for this episode, but you can't really blame them because they put out 53 episodes every single year. Eventually, doing this constantly is gonna fuck up your wrist. This is one of the funnier fourth wall breaking episodes. There's tons of funny moments of the Titans trying to make animating this show easier. Whether it's blurring out their mouths, having them not walk, having them fight enemies off screen, you know, the typical stuff. I like this one. It's pretty good.
So, that's our new cartoon. Pretty slick, huh?
Our pitch for the new Teen Titans is due in less than 24 hours. What do we have so far?
The same thing we had 5 minutes ago, Marv. Squad, zip, zero. Well, let me check my back pocket. I always keep something in there. Eh?
Well, it'll have to do. These new Teen Titans will probably only run for 6 issues anyway.
I guarantee you this is how it was back in 2013 when they pitched the idea of Teen Titans Go to Cartoon Network.
So, that's our new cartoon. Pretty slick, huh? The art style is simple because we can just reuse the assets. The comedy is lowbrow, which is perfect for our target audience. And the characters are one-dimensional, so the writing will be effortless, and the audience can easily relate. If we start producing it now, I guarantee we will be able to make at least 3 seasons.
Cheap art style, childish comedy, simple characters. It's brilliant! It'll go perfectly right next to our Infinity Train reboot and our Powerpuff Girls reboot.
Marv and George try to come up with a new Teen Titans show within 24 hours, so they start brainstorming different concepts. It's another episode that's pretty good, but I really like it for the creative process that these two are going through. The way they keep coming up with different concepts for how the Teen Titans should be represented.
It's an invitation for a free vacation to the Space House. We're gonna blast right off and kick it at the Space House.
The intro is different and there's a change in art style. You know what this means. This is gonna go on for the next 4 episodes. Teen Titans go to space. And guess who they hang out with along the way? The DC Superhero Girls. Because they were just so awesome in that episode that parodied Family Feud. Not. The first part just introduces the characters to each other once more as they settle into the house. Then there's a plot of Bumblebee trying to be brave and overcome her fears, since there's an alien in her room. It was okay.
Exactly what it sounds like. A big old house in outer space with no particular destination.
The next part was better because it basically parodies The Lord of the Rings, with Beast Boy acting like Gollum, who ends up taking Green Lantern's ring, and then they teleport into Zatanna's magic hat.
Who cares? It's a free vacation. New friends, it's a celebration. It's exactly what it sounds like.
The next part is a little weaker because it's focused on Wonder Woman, Supergirl, Starfire, and Cyborg trying to stop a meteor, and they spend half of the episode in a simulation trying to come up with a plan. But at the end of the episode, they use Cyborg's plan that they initially refused to follow through on.
We gon' blast right off and kick it at the Space House.
The final part is about the Teen Titans and the DC Superhero Girls helping Brainiac become an adult in the hopes that he'll let them and the other superheroes go. This part is weaker than the previous 3 because it's just them helping this guy, and then they end up fighting at the end.
That was pointless.
As a whole, I think it's way better than Teen Titans vs. Teen Titans Go, or the Powerpuff Girls vs. Teen Titans Go, or Thundercats Roar vs. Teen Titans Go, but not by much. But let me tell you something, this won't be the last time we see these girls. They'll come back. Another movie? Jesus, this is the 3rd one.
As Teen Titans Go! See Space Jam!
I'm not going to waste time talking about this one. It's a glorified reaction video. We're just watching the Teen Titans Go crew watching Space Jam. That's it. Throughout the movie, they make little remarks, fun facts, ask questions about the plot, making comments about it. That's it. Part of me feels like there's kind of a side plot of Robin trying to expose the Nerdlucks, even going as far as exploring their ship, but it's mostly focused on the Titans watching the movie. It's a glorified promotional stunt for Space Jam: A New Legacy, another film that came out in 2021. I mean, I give this movie credit that it adds something to the film that it's watching, something that most reaction channels don't do, but that's not saying much. Skip.
I'm Tom.
I'm Jerry.
You talked!
Cyborg and Beast Boy act like Tom and Jerry to prove which one is better. I give this episode a high score because, well, I love Tom and Jerry, and I think this episode does a good job of capturing the spirit of the old cartoons. Obviously, it will never be on par with the old cartoons, but it's still pretty good in its own right.
My name is Grook, leader of these toads.
You were trying to steal the tower from us.
No, this is our tower. Our tower it be. We lived here first. We are the rightful owners, you see. Yes, before it was the Titans Tower, it was once the Toad Tower.
Wasn't there an episode of Adventure Time where Marceline kicked Finn and Jake out of the treehouse because it was originally her house? I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. A bunch of Toads try kicking out the Titans because originally Titans Tower was once Toad's Tower, so the whole episode is just the Toads outsmarting the Titans. Sure, the reveal that Titans Tower was once Toad's Tower is a complete ass pull, but it was pretty funny to see the Toads outsmart the Titans every single time.
Oh, my little toady heart cannot handle such violence. Oh!
I think we have hurt him without landing the single blow.
I feel kind of bad now.
Come on, guys. Let's step outside.
And please, take your bags.
Because it's a toxic work environment!
The morale is so low.
I cannot work in this toxic environment anymore. I am out.
I quit.
Me too.
I expect the package of severance!
We got tricked into leaving the tower again, didn't we?
Yep.
And then in the third act, it's revealed that many people and things have lived in this tower. Tax accountants, toilets, tyrannosauruses, turkeys, thunderclouds. It's all over the place. But it's so stupid to the point where it's actually kind of funny. So it gets a high rating from me. And guess what? It turns out it was a J this whole time, not a T. So stupid.
One of the big things to come out of San Diego Comic-Con this year was boobs.
Today is the day of the Jump City Comic Book Con!
Really? Comic-Con?
Why are you so negative all the time?
Okay, then I guess you don't mind missing out on this exclusive, pretty Pegasus action figure with 5 points of articulation!
Solid gold plastic.
And real-life horsey sounds.
Hey, Pretty Pegasus. They haven't shown that in a while, have they? Or maybe they and I have blocked it out from memory.
Stamp collection.
The Titans go to Jump City's Comic-Con convention so they can get a limited edition Pretty Pegasus figure. I like this segment. It was pretty nice. It's pretty cool to see the characters interact with their voice actors again. And the final fight between the Titans and the Mega Nerds was pretty fun to watch too. An alright episode all around.
It's an invitation to the Wayne Manor Regency Ball! I think this party is a bit too fancy for your tastes.
But.
Exactly! It's always buts with you guys! Now, promise not to go.
They go anyway, don't they?
Presenting Raven, daughter of Trigon the Terrible. Half man, half machine, all handsome. Sir Cyborg. Booyah. The princess who will do the good socializing and is the fanciest of the schmanciest, Starfire. And the illest, chillest, never gonna get your fillest, non-stop party train this place about to go insane, Super Duke, Beast Boy.
Called it.
Robin goes to Wayne Manor in the hopes of being the heir to the mansion, but the other Titans ruin it with their own stupid bullshit plots. Robin and Beast Boy engage in a contest to see who's more gentlemanly, Starfire forces everyone to get together romantically, and Raven and Cyborg watch a pheasant race. I don't like this one. It's not funny, it's just the Titans being idiots for 10 minutes straight.
Dad! Tom Cruise won't come out of the closet!
Welcome, Titans, to the Transoceanic Magical Cruise, or the TOM Cruise for short.
Get it? Tom Cruise, the actor?
I get it.
You gotta work with me on
It ain't making me laugh, but I get it.
The Teen Titans spend the rest of the episode having fun on the Tom Cruise.
That's a fake laugh.
It's real!
This episode is way better than the last one. It's fun to see these characters messing around on this cruise, and it has a pretty humorous ending where the Titans use the stuff that they have on the cruise to take down these aliens.
I am polyethylene, poly for short, and I am terephthalate, but you can call me Terra.
Hey look, a Finding Nemo reference. The Teen Titans' beach day gets ruined because of all the garbage that's in the ocean. The next thing you know, they meet Pete, or Terra and Polly, two magical plastic molecules, who begin to teach the Titans all about recycling.
Because the patch is ruled by an evil warlord who only allows garbage onto his island.
Well, that won't be a problem for us.
Yeah, people been calling us garbage since the reboot.
It's funny because they're self-aware. I think this episode does a decent job of teaching kids about recycling, and the episode ends on what I thought was a pretty cheesy note, but it ends on a pretty messed up note as well.
We saved the world!
And that made me laugh.
What is that thing?
That's an Ebo.
Because they're tired of getting pinched, the Titans' elbows detach from their arms and come up with a plan to bend the very fabric of reality, and in doing so, they've made a separate dimension where elbows reign supreme.
Oh my.
Okay, unlike the other episodes that are kind of annoying and predictable, this one had a few chuckle-worthy moments.
I can't do my push-ups!
Yeah, this episode is still dumb, but it got a few chuckles out of me, so I'll give it that. Also, when I first saw this episode, it reminded me of the Aqua Teen Hunger Force episode where everything gets turned into a triangle. Y-Try, I think it was called.
Who turned my friggin' car into a triangle?
What? This? It's only the best birthday gift Batman will ever receive!
Robin tries to go all the way to Gotham City to give Batman his birthday present, but sadly he makes the retarded decision of letting the Titans tag along, and now he has to take a detour. I thought this episode will be weak as water, but no, it's actually pretty good though. Although one thing was constantly bothering me when I was watching this episode. Can't Raven just teleport you guys to Gotham City? I mean, it would save you guys a lot of trouble, time, and headaches. For me.
No. I fucking hate you.
But hey, if they did that, then the rest of the episode wouldn't get to happen. It's a way better road trip episode than the road trip we got with Cyborg and Robin.
Hey, don't worry. I'm here.
Robin? They sent you?
Robin makes a book club to discuss his new autobiography, but the Titans decide to talk about their favorite books. I only liked Raven and Cyborg stories. That's it. The rest can go.
What are you doing?
You're the leader. You should be the first to die.
No, you die first.
No, you.
No, you.
No, you.
No, you.
Whoa, I'm not gonna hurt you guys.
Really? They're gonna pull that misunderstood villain bullshit?
Yay!
Doomsday hangs out with the Teen Titans in order to befriend them, but Robin isn't too keen on that idea. Like I said multiple times, I'm a fan of when villains try to be like regular people. In this case, Doomsday trying to be a good guy and attempting to befriend the Teen Titans, but it's too bad he had ulterior motives.
Thanks for helping me destroy Superman! You Titans are the best!
Well, I guess this is better than the alternative. It's still a fun episode regardless of the predictable story.
What do you want? That I should starve? You want me to starve, don't you?
After they win a shit ton of cash, the Titans begin to learn about the IRS and taxes, and they start to realize how important they really are, especially after Raven gets rid of them. This episode does a good job of showing us how crazy a world would be without the IRS. It's a good episode, way better than the other ones that try to teach you about money. Raven and Starfire team up with Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and Black Cat to be in a roller derby.
Why, Cartoon, you are trying to seduce me.
Do you remember how American Dad had a roller derby episode? And also how Family Guy had a roller derby episode? That's basically this episode.
Why do you criticize everything?
But I will say that this episode is better than those episodes because, you know, they have superpowers, so therefore they can make it a little more interesting.
You just found the Prince of Azarath, baby!
And it has a great ending of Raven and Starfire trying to stop the girls because they realized that they were being used this whole time. It's another decent one.
Wonder Woman! Wonder Woman!
It's Wonder Woman's 80th birthday, so the Teen Titans decide to make her a comic. It was originally up to Superman, Batman, Aquaman, and The Flash to do it, but then this happened to them.
Jiminy Christmas!
It's an alright episode. What makes it passable is the final fight between DC and the competition. Also, happy birthday, Wonder Woman. Frosty the Snowman, except he's a pumpkin. That's it. It was fun to see the Titans and Peppo the Pumpkin Man running through numerous threats like the Headless Horseman, the Wicked Witch, and that Yeti, but this is definitely the weakest Halloween special so far.
I'm gonna eat some bread, gonna eat my potato bread, gonna eat some P-O-T-A-T-O-T-O-T-O bread, potato bread!
The Titans eat breakfast food for every meal of the day, despite Robin warning them that that's a terrible idea. And guess what? They literally turn into breakfast food.
What the f*** is going on?
And then they transport over to Mealtopia in the hopes of finding someone that can turn them back to normal. But then they run into an old friend from an episode that I don't even care about. Honestly, I just don't give a fuck anymore.
So what do you say? Are you gonna take Captain Cool up on his cool offer?
The Titans and their imaginary friend, Captain Cool, annoy Robin to the point where he engages in their stupidity, but now everything that's make-believe starts to become real.
It's really real.
I thought this episode would be stupid, but the third act really makes up for it, when everything that the Titans imaginate starts to become really real right before their eyes. And I gotta admit, it was pretty creative and, kind of fun.
You know, I have not talked to Carol all night. Carol, how are you?
Beast Boy hangs out with the Doom Patrol for Thanksgiving. Then he gets an idea, after talking to Mom, that they should make a float and enter in the parade. I thought the first part was pretty nice and wholesome, as Beast Boy, Robot Man, and Negative Girl work together to build Elastigirl a float.
Phil, I think it's happened again.
As for the second part, it gives us the origins of Robot Man, Negative Girl, Beast Boy, and Elastigirl, and it's revealed that the Chief was responsible for the way these characters are now. And for some reason, this is supposed to be a heartfelt moment, even though he basically fucked up your lives beyond repair.
I was trying to do the robot, but it remains the one dance move that has evaded my mastery.
Well, I can fix that for you.
You can?
Sure. Congratulations, the surgery was a success.
Now I can do the robot dance?
Of course, because now you are a robot.
How is this possible?
This game is too hard!
No, it isn't. You just have to become one with the game.
Well, can you help me?
Sure.
Hey, is that thing safe?
Oh, definitely not.
All of my life, I've dreamed of becoming the biggest Hollywood star the world has ever seen. But now I fear it's just never gonna happen.
Well, this machine can help you with that.
What exactly is this thing? A movie prop?
No. It's a chamber that will modify your DNA.
Wait, what?
What the fuck, man?
Man, what a jerk.
This is pretty fucked up if you think about it. But it doesn't matter. This two-parter was pretty good for the most part.
On my home planet of Tamaran, we have such a game, but we call it the Hunt and...
The Titans are forced to play hide and seek so Robin can teach them to be good at the art of concealment.
Imagine if I can make you, wait for it, drumroll please, disappear.
Disappear?
Disappear.
Why are you saying it like that?
For effect.
I thought this episode was pretty good too. Seeing the characters attempt to hide from each other using the art of concealment was pretty fun to watch. And this is another episode where the Titans die in the end. Well, everyone except for Raven. But as Raven says...
Whatever.
The Titans get locked in the evidence room, but Robin does everything in his power to keep it under control by using Control Freak's remote. I thought this episode would suck, but when they introduced Control Freak's remote, it made it a little more interesting to watch. Although there's one part I really don't like, and it's this part.
You gotta hand over that remote, Robin, and let us fix this before we all die! No! I'm in control!
But every time you try to control things, you only make them worse!
Excuse me?
Like, you jackasses make things worse every single episode. Like, when you guys get the tiniest amount of power, you guys go off the deep end every single time. What a bunch of fucking hypocrites. But that's a moot point. The episode itself is pretty good.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Season's greetings.
Okay, I'm getting really sick and tired of them using Santa Claus at this point.
Just get out of here, you stupid, dumb animal!
Santa Claus forces Beast Boy to help him get back into the holiday mob, which is run by Baby New Year, who acts like the Godfather. I can't take this seriously anymore. I feel like they've run Santa Claus into the ground at this point. I honestly couldn't bring myself to care anymore because they've used Santa Claus multiple times. It gets tiring after a while. This episode is a glorified Godfather parody. Not much to say about this one. And to prove it, it turns out that Santa Claus was double-crossing the New Year baby this whole time.
Yo, what up, Titans? What?
There's something different about you, bruh.
Could it be my new heat? I wanted a little drip, so I went out and bought myself some new gear.
God, Jesus, this is so cringe. It's like your grandfather trying to be hip and cool by using modern-day slang.
Instead of turning up, you need to be learning up. Get your grades lit, textbooks and skills, not Netflix and chill.
After getting a new pair of sneakers, Robin turns into Ray Ray, a chill, laid-back kind of guy, and after his drip runs dry, he and the other Titans try to get him a new pair. This is dumb. This is so fucking dumb. I didn't care for this one either. It's just so fucking dumb. And guess what? When they get the ultimate pair, he acts like a jerk. You know, Gumball did this whole switching personalities thing way better than this episode did.
Because of standards and practices.
Standards and practices? What are standards and practices?
This is gonna be one of those episodes. I don't mean to be a dick, but Aqua Teen Hunger Force already did this episode.
Standards and practices are a vital link in keeping good and funny ideas away from you, the television viewer. Watch how this nun reacts when we blow her brains out.
No, permission not granted.
A happy and colorful rainbow. Although not nearly as funny, it's guaranteed not to offend the black people.
No, unacceptable.
Ooh, did I say black? I meant to say minorities.
Acceptable.
Standards and practices, they're not even trying to be subtle, try to get the Teen Titans to clean up their act.
Why do we have to follow these rules?
We're just trying to help you avoid backlash, so your show doesn't get cancelled.
No, it can't. This show can do whatever the fuck it wants and it will never get cancelled. It's basically Cartoon Network's Family Guy or Simpsons or South Park. Anyway, it's one of those episodes that makes fun of standards and practices for their restrictions, and it does exactly what you would expect. They try to follow their advice, it doesn't work out well, and then everything goes back to normal by the end of the episode. It's a pretty predictable watch.
Okay, so I'm just loading up the game now. Okay, it's called Calculator.
Here's one thing I noticed when watching this episode. I noticed that some of the actors' audio sounded a little muffled. Here, listen to Cyborg's audio.
Yeah, man, you can't put on a bunch of school supplies and expect us to take you serious.
It's really jarring considering if you listen to other characters like Robin and Beast Boy's audio, it doesn't sound like that.
So let me get this straight. You built yourself a super suit that only works during the day?
Well, your plan stops here. Now hand over the stolen tech.
The Titans must learn about math after their encounter with the calculator. I thought it was neat that this guy used mathematics in order to avoid the Titans' blows, but the episode gets really annoying really quickly when Robin tries to teach the Titans about mathematics, but like always, they don't take it seriously.
Yahweh!
But hey, at least at the end of the episode, they stopped him using math, and that was pretty cool. But if I wanted to watch a show that talks about mathematics, I'd watch Cyber Chase.
Typical insurance for every senior.
I'm not actually a stereotypical senior. I just play one in cheesy health insurance commercials.
Robin teaches the Titans about health insurance. Let's add this episode to the list of episodes where Robin tries to teach the Teen Titans something. Seriously, should I waste my time on this? Robin teaches the Titans about health insurance, so they decide not to engage in hero work because they don't want to waste any money. What do you know, they get hurt and none of the treatments will be covered by their insurance plan, and then they fight a snake. Okay, that part made me laugh, but overall, I don't care. Moving on.
Teen Titans go! Teen Titans knows where there's real trouble, baby! Teen Titans go!
Robin, launch us into the action with the inspiring catchphrase.
It would be my pleasure.
Titans go!
It's the Titan Teens!
I think the correct name is Opposite Gender Titans.
We'll seize about that, fool. Opposite Gender Titans, go!
After a bunch of characters who've been gone since Season 4 show up to kickstart the plot, it's revealed that they trademarked the word go, so now Robin can't use it anymore.
Oh, yeah? Well, go, 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 go.
And that's just for your first use of go. I believe there were 9 more.
So now he's left with no choice but to go to the United States Patent and Trademark Office. After they get there, it turns out that the opposite gender Titans can't use the word go either, and now the word belongs to a trademark troll. I like how the episode makes fun of trademarks, and I will admit it's fun to see the Teen Titans work with the opposite gender Titans once more. And maybe I chuckled at the fact that they have to fight their goddamn catchphrases.
When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do?
I don't want to know what you gotta do.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
The Teen Titans try to find Aquaman. I will say that Aquaman being played by Patrick Warburton made this episode a little more tolerable to watch.
It's true, I am pretty cool.
Probably the coolest Justice League member.
All right, sweetie, you ready to get some new notebooks and protractors and slacks?
I want blue jeans.
You're getting slacks!
The overall plot is a direct reference to Finding Nemo, which I kind of liked and expected because the title of this episode is literally called Finding Aquaman. But there is some cringy, repetitive humor in this episode. Beast Boy is pregnant because why not? And the Titans love Aquaman so much despite the fact that he's an idiot. Which I didn't mind for this episode because again, I like Patrick Warburton. And I thought the Black Manta was pretty funny.
Well, it had to be one of you. And if no one is willing to come forward, then I'll just have to solve this mystery using some fancy detective work. Voila!
Yo, Beastie, go long!
I got it! My bad.
Would you guys cut it out? I promised Bruce that nothing bad would happen while he's gone.
Bruce, why would you leave these retards in charge of house sitting? Robin acts like Sherlock Holmes so he can figure out who killed Batman's toilet. It reminds me of that Amazing World of Gumball episode where Gumball tries to figure out who stuffed Principal Brown in his locker, except this one is not that funny. But I will admit, the reveal at the end caught me off guard. It turns out that the toilet was Clayface this whole time. It's a fine episode, it's just a poor man's version of the mystery from the Amazing World of Gumball.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream.
Because Robin is salty that he didn't get a free birthday scoop, he works at the ice cream store next door to try to put Joker's ice cream store out of business. But after a stupid accident that results in the whole world turning into another ice age... Sorry, I couldn't resist. Robin joins forces with a pack of wolves to get revenge on that fucking ice cream shop. All of this because he didn't get a free birthday scoop.
Now give up this silly revenge game and come inside before you catch your death of cold.
Never. That place robbed me of my free scoop. And with my new pack, I shall get my revenge on Joker's Gelato and all of you who stood in my way. It all could have been different if I had just gotten my free birthday scoop.
Okay, it's pretty funny. I'll give them that. Then the episode ends with Robin getting his free birthday scoop and killing all of his friends.
Nice work! That should hold him!
Oh no, Beast Boy!
That was close.
So, we're all good, right?
This episode is pretty good. I gotta give them this. See, I told you that four-parter wouldn't be the last time we saw these girls.
Teen Titans Go and DC Superhero Girls. Mayhem in the Multiverse.
Not a crossover. That's when a lame show tries to glom onto a cooler one in order to boost their popularity.
I mean, he's not wrong. They did it with the Powerpuff Girls, and they did it with these girls. And guess what? Both of those shows got canceled. If you don't believe me, they literally say it here.
Their show maintains a coherent, cohesive narrative!
Yeah, but how are their ratings?
Meh.
So yeah, they're basically trying to mooch off of their popularity, which didn't work out for them in the long run. Okay, so Lex Luthor unites all of these supervillains to capture all of these superheroes. So now the DC superhero girls have to stop the Legion of Doom. When they tried crossing dimensions to find the heroes in the Phantom Zone, they accidentally crossed over into the Teen Titans Go universe. But don't worry, they get out of there quickly and they carry on with saving the world on their own.
Hey, what's going on? I thought this was supposed to be a crossover.
Not that I'm complaining, but we haven't done anything here.
That's what I fucking said! That is what I said!
Let me just come out and say that the Teen Titans don't show up until 51 minutes into the movie.
Wait a minute. That's it! We're not glomming onto their popularity.
They're glomming onto ours.
I just don't know what to say. I feel so used right now.
So yeah, it's mostly focused on the DC superhero girls' story, basically misleading their audience into watching something that they otherwise wouldn't want to watch. Which I guess is in theme for this franchise, misleading their audience into watching a piece of garbage that they otherwise wouldn't want to watch. But I don't think this movie is as bad as the other ones. For the most part, I was kind of invested in the characters and the stakes that were set. The animation is alright, definitely better than Teen Titans Go vs Teen Titans. I like the character designs, they look nice. And they definitely have that Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends look to them. I thought the characters were decent for the most part. I don't really have a favorite because I'm not too attached to these characters since I didn't watch the show. The jokes weren't all that funny to me personally. I think the jokes in Teen Titans Go vs Teen Titans were much funnier than this. The action scenes were decent for the most part. Like, I don't know. I don't really have any strong feelings one way or another. Compared to Teen Titans Go vs Teen Titans, I don't think this movie handled the multiverse aspect that well. But whatever. The only reason why this is getting a higher rating than Teen Titans Go vs Teen Titans is because it has an interesting story, setup, and characters. It's a fine movie. It's not better than Teen Titans Go to the movies, but it's definitely better than Teen Titans Go vs Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go see Space Jam.
You are a pirate. We got us a map to lead us to a hidden box that's all locked up with locks.
The Teen Titans team up with the Porch Pirates so they can steal packages from people in exchange for him giving them their package back. It was pretty funny seeing the Titans attempt to steal the other characters' packages and fail miserably at it, and I thought this was pretty funny.
I don't want to be eaten by no land sharks!
Me either.
Relax, Titans. He's bluffing. There's no such thing as land sharks.
It's a decent pirate episode, way better than the last one.
Gee, that's what I call a sticky situation.
Sticky Joe tries to open a can of beans. That's it.
That's really not too bad. All right.
It's a very simple episode, but it's one that I very much enjoyed, and that's mainly due to the crazy shit that Sticky Joe gets himself into. He even goes to various locations that we've seen over the course of the series. My personal favorite is the Night Begins to Shine universe, obviously. A pretty good episode, even though it reminded me of Scrat from Ice Age.
Get ready, because today we're heading to Hollywood to pitch our very own show. Millions of shows at the click of a button, and here we are watching reruns of 90s sitcoms.
I thought this was supposed to be the golden age of TV.
No, I would consider this the dark age for entertainment as a whole, with only a few diamonds in the rough. The Teen Titans decide to make an animated series. The whole episode is a satire on the production process of trying to make an animated series, which is something that the show has done already before, but never tackled on this scale. And not to mention, there were some funny moments that did make me laugh.
I just want to see if any of them hit.
Fine, then I'll pitch first.
Ooh, that pitch was way off. Okay, not the best pitch ever, but not the worst either. Needs some work, but has potential. Congratulations! You just won a TV development deal. Land on green light, and we'll make a full season of your show.
So this whole process just comes down to dumb luck?
Of course, that's how all of Hollywood works. Sorry, your show's off-brand.
Get fucked.
Sorry, your show tested poorly. Don't get too excited. Your show is so bad, it probably won't last more than a season.
And then the episode ends with Toy Master, remember him, taking the characters that the Titans created and having them come to life so they can take over the world. Overall, I think this was a pretty good episode that satirizes the production of an animated series.
I am soaking wet right now.
Hey, remember when I pointed out that Cyborg's audio sounded a little weird? Well, guess what? Robin's audio sounds weird too.
Look! Someone's dumping their garbage in here! That's because it belongs to the most dangerous water-based supervillain we've ever faced!
After Black Manta puts sewage in the Teen Titans' pool, he offers to make them a new pool, but for the most part he basically just drags out the process. Then he does unnecessary bullshit for the middle and third act, even going as far as destroying their house. I'm not a fan of this one.
Ha! I beat you to it, kid! My name is not Kia.
The Titans travel back to the 1990s so they can visit a video store, but then they come across Kyle, aka Control Freak.
Dun, 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 dun.
It was pretty fun hanging out in the 1990s again. The numerous references to Mortal Kombat, Matrix, Teletubbies, The Mask, and Star Wars were pretty nice to see. Although it was predictable that Kyle would turn into Control Freak because of the Titans, that was pretty easy to detect from the start. It's still a pretty solid episode though.
The number of the day, I say simply heaven. The number of the day is 7.
Number 7.
Jesus Christ.
I liked Silky being a judge. Beast Boy being a lifeguard was pretty humorous. That's it. Weakest one so far. Let's move on.
Commercial.
One berry, two berry, mixed berry, blueberry, peanut butter, nothing better. Give me jam and make it better. Cream cheese, please go some honey from the bee. Stack it up, it's what you do. Mix it up, it's up to you. How do you eat your Eggo waffle? At Eggo.ca, you can turn it into your own song. Ask your parents' permission before going online.
Control Freak adds more commercial breaks during this episode to annoy the Titans. There were a few commercial segments that I liked.
Commercial.
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop?
A good question. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 3.
If there's anything I can't stand, it's a smart owl.
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know.
Because they were references to real-life commercials like Lucky Charms, Play-Doh, action figures of He-Man, etc.
Commercial.
Switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance. And the little piggy cry wee 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 all the way home.
And I like how the characters do those unnecessary recaps when you get back from commercial break, which is something that every show does.
I think you mean, what have we done? What? Brian? We're pregnant! Oh my God! And in 18 years he's going to move away!
Commercial! I'm gonna get some graham crackers.
You're pregnant with our baby?
Ah, don't make me choose. I'm horrible at choosing.
Choose.
No, don't make me.
You must.
No, no. Them. Huh, I'm better at choosing than I thought.
Commercial. I'm gonna get some graham crackers.
You're choosing those other families over us?
It's a funny little self-referential episode.
Look at this. That's so funny. Look at that. Ain't that funny?
The Titans team up with Nanji, I hope I pronounced that right, to take down the Joker. Not too crazy about this one, although I do appreciate the creativity and the music.
Actually, I own the utility company. It's my latest business venture.
I knew the utility company was run by a bunch of crooks!
Because they're pissed off at the price they have to pay for water, gas, and electricity, the Teen Titans decide to go off the grid by providing their own water, gas, and electricity.
Fuck, it's genius. Why didn't I think of that?
I found it incredibly relatable the way the Titans are trying to lower the price by cutting down on how much they spend on gas, water, and electricity, because I'm pretty sure all of us have done that at least one point in our lives, or still do. And it has a pretty funny ending with Dr. Light, who's in charge of the power plant by the way, literally doing everything in his power to make sure they stay attached to the grid. It's a goofy, relatable episode that I very much enjoyed.
I am so bored right out of my brain.
Because they're sick and tired of fighting the Brain, the Hive, and Control Freak, the Teen Titans want to get new villains. This was an okay episode. It introduced a bunch of villains that we're most likely never going to see again, but it was interesting to see them play around with this concept. I don't really have much to say about this one. It's okay.
That's crazed composer Ludwig von Sournote.
Guten Tag, Titans. Oh, and it's Ludwig, actually, yes.
Ludwig, a music composer, starts messing around with the show's music. I got a lot of laughs out of this one, and that's all thanks to Ludwig's music.
When did the kitchen become so terrifying?
It sure does seem a whole lot scarier.
It is giving me the heebies as well as the jeebies.
Listen, Mama, we need to talk.
About what?
You know what this is about. You just stole my spot.
It's not working.
Oh no! It appears the batteries have died.
And I like how this episode references how most modern cartoons, like Teen Titans Go, use sound-generating machines like Telepix in order to generate music tracks.
I am being put out of a job because your storyboarders get their music from this cursed machine. You spend all your time making music demonstrations and working on spec to land a gig, only to lose it to this glorified MP3 player.
Another thing I liked about this episode was the Teen Titans getting their asses whooped by these instruments. It's a very good episode that I didn't expect to be good.
We've just reached the 365th episode of Teen Titans Go!
Meanwhile, The Simpsons have hit 768 episodes. Get fucked. But then again, Sesame Street has 4,701 episodes, so... Because the Teen Titans have hit their 365th episode, they need a Hollywood director to direct this episode, and the person they rely on is Zack Snyder.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
I have to say, the directing for this episode is pretty spot on with Zack Snyder's directing style, especially when it comes to his DC films. Speaking of Zack, they even go as far as referencing Batman v Superman, Dawn of the Dead, Legend of the Guardians, and Justice League.
Zack Snyder! He's directed all the great superheroes. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman,
and the Aquaman.
Plus, he's made epic movies about zombies and barn owls.
Get off his dick.
Ow!
And we get a nice ending of the Teen Titans going up against Darkseid. And guess what? It's not in the traditional crappy Teen Titans Go animation style. They switched it up and it looks pretty good. It's a decent milestone episode.
Damn, another one?
Taking place after Peppo the Pumpkin, it follows the Teen Titans escaping from the cold in a castle instead of somewhere in town because, you know, they're idiots.
God damn it, I hate you.
Then they come across Krampus. This thing looks like the hormone monster from Big Mouth.
Big Mouth. You keep Big Mouth out of your name. You keep Big Mouth out of this conversation.
As for the episode itself, it's fine, I guess. I don't really have any noteworthy things to say about this one. It turns out that in the end, this version of Krampus isn't a bad guy. He's in the family business, and he doesn't want to be Krampus. That's it. Moving on.
Christmas wishes, mistletoe kisses, happy holidays.
Hey, look, there's an otter now. Because Santa Claus is in prison, the Teen Titans decide to go and bust him out. It was cool seeing these other villains who are in prison. It was nice to see them. But for the rest of the episode, it's a basic breaking out of prison plot. I mean, I liked the musical number.
Jingle bells, sorry cannot stay.
This was fun, you'll have to run in Santa's getaway sleigh. Hey!
That was pretty good. I liked that. But kind of like the last episode, I don't care for this one.
Don't care anymore.
I could never figure out what love meant. But right now, I don't need to figure out anything. I just feel it.
Ugh, a Valentine's Day episode? Give me a break.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Love has gone missing, so the Teen Titans have to go and find her. It's literally a copy of that Easter episode where they tried finding the fucking Easter Bunny. I thought this part was funny and relatable, though.
I'm afraid I got no love for you right now, okay? I got crippling anxiety. That means I'm in a bad place emotionally and intellectually and probably physically and spiritually.
But as a whole, I don't care.
Don't care anymore.
Get ready for action.
The Teen Titans get upset when they discover they don't have their own action figures. So for the rest of these two-parters, they spend their time in a bunch of mech suits, and everything they do is for action. Whether it's making waffles, watching TV, going to get something to eat, and overall their lives have become much more dangerous as a result. They try to put a stop to this, but the Toy Master obviously says no, so in order to take him down and his toy-sized planet, they need help from the Justice League.
So in conclusions...
I like the action scenes in these two episodes. The animation looks slightly better than usual. It was pretty funny when they used their crappy toys to take down the Toy Master, and it was pretty cool to see the Justice League help out, even though they don't really do much.
Justice League! Forget it. I designed my factory to be impervious to action heroes.
Justice League content!
You know what this reminds me of?
Dynamite! It is a beautiful day to fuck shit up!
Yeah. But it's still a pretty good episode.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
There's not much to say for this one. Unlike the others that had segments that I liked, this one, not so much.
Howdy! 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 Then you're useless to us! Beat it, Sticky Joe! Beat it!
Another Sticky Joe episode? Alright, fine. Sticky Joe tries to clip his pet rat's nails, and what do you know, it becomes a wild goose chase.
No, not that one.
It's more or less the same as the last Sticky Joe episode, but I will admit, it was pretty cool to see Kitten again. I can't believe I said that. I never thought I would say anything like that. It's nice to see other characters like Aqualad, Control Freak, and the parody of the He-Man universe again. Again, it's more or less the same as last time. After the T-car gets towed because Cyborg didn't pay off any of the parking tickets, he and Robin enter a golf tournament in order to get $5,000. I'm so fucking bored! This is probably the most boring episode in the entire series. Kind of reminds me of that Gumball episode that had a similar setup. I'm skipping this one, I don't care anymore. And not to mention, I can't look at golf clubs the same anymore, man.
Communicator down! Communicators are for crime fighters only.
Why is he going all Glengarry Glen Ross on us?
Because, like those poor saps in the movie, you four need a kick in the pants!
So this episode will be a homage to a movie that I've never seen before. Okay.
I see.
Because they suck at doing their job, Robin gives the Titans 1 week to solve their crimes on their own, and if they don't, they're fired.
That's passive past tense, Trump. You don't own that.
It was fine. I smirked at one joke.
Now let's get down on this candy and watch this movie, yo!
But yeah, it's fine. This whole episode is a glorified homage to Aliens, with the Teen Titans in a spacecraft running away from the Easter Bunny because he has plans to make it Easter all year round.
I'm going to turn the moon into an Easter egg, so every day will be Easter, and I can lay my magical booty eggs all year round.
I'm getting a sense of deja vu. Anyone else getting a sense of deja vu?
And then one by one, he turns each member of the Titans into Easter bunnies. I will admit the Aliens parody makes this episode a little better than I thought it would be, so I'll give this episode credit for that. If this was another Easter episode that took place on Earth, I would have rated this a low score, but thankfully they did something different. Also, I liked the ending. Seeing Raven and Beast Boy team up to take down the Easter bunnies was pretty fun to watch, even though it's pretty futile in the end.
Oh yeah! It's good to be home in Jump City!
I'm not so sure about that.
Oh, sick!
Oh. Our house is a museum. When people come to see them, they're all together. Riem. The Addams, the Green family.
This is an episode that focuses on the Brain and his family, and I give it a high score because it's something different, you know? The Teen Titans don't hog up the spotlight, and it's focusing on a villain, which, as I said multiple times before, I think are the best characters in the show. It does have some weak moments here and there, more specifically Brian ruining everything, even though the Brain said that he wouldn't. And the first part as a whole is kind of weak, because Brian himself is so insufferable to deal with.
Look out!
Previously on Family Guy.
Luckily, the second part is pretty good, with the Brain trying to take down Brian, even going as far as teaming up with the Teen Titans so he can be stopped.
Teen Titans! Oh, I'm so happy you're here!
What? Huh?
What? The what? What? The villains are the happy to see us?
Eventually, it ends with the Brain, Brian, and Mala teaming up to save their henchmen because they were messing around with this motorcycle and now they're riding it aimlessly. And I did like the climax overall. A pretty great episode in my opinion.
Hey, what's your name? Arthur. Hey, Arthur. You're a really good dancer.
Robin threatens to fire Arthur, or Dr. Light, if he doesn't come up with a more evil, diabolical scheme. I enjoyed this one just as much as the last one because, again, we're focusing on a villain, and I like how the other Titans try to help him out. It really goes to show that they value their relationship with him, even though he's supposed to be their sworn enemy. Or nemesis. Whatever. And I love the ending because he managed to get back at them pretty hard.
Let there be light!
How's that for an evil scheme?
Very, very good.
Oh God, it's all over me! Whoa, I don't remember eating that. Oh, poop and pea water.
What are you guys looking at? Is it a bird? Is it a plane?
No!
It's Crypto the Super Dog!
Oh, and Superman's here too.
Superman! What an honor!
I've never mentioned it before, but I like how characters like Superman and Wonder Woman don't speak whenever they make an appearance, which is funny because The Flash and Aquaman speak.
The problem is that your careless behavior is going to rub off and turn Crypto into a bad dog!
Come on, bro, give us a chance!
Fine, we can dog sit Crypto.
That's what's up!
Yeah, I don't see this coming back to bite you in the ass later on.
This one is making my head hurt!
The Teen Titans are looking after Superman's dog Crypto, and instead of following the rules on how to properly take care of him, the Titans, with the exception of Robin, decide to be a bunch of irresponsible idiots and ruin Crypto in the process.
Okay, these fucking assholes, these fucking assholes! The fuck is their problem, man? This is fucking typical!
I hate this one. It's a predictable Robin telling the Titans not to do something, but they do it anyway, and then Crypto turns into a bad doggo that makes a laser that turns obedient doggos into bad doggos. Predictable and bad. Moving on.
Are you kidding me? That movie was garbage! It was riddled with plot holes! Hold on there, Titans. We need to be careful. Putting in a bunch of random words could cause a serious plot hole. which is why we should use logic to craft this adventure.
No way, man.
This will be a copy of the last episode, won't it?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Time out! Abraham Lincoln is our nation's most celebrated leader, not some crazed supervillain.
We know, Robin.
That's what makes it so absurd.
I fucking hate you so goddamn much. You are so goddamn retarded. The Teen Titans decide to make their own story that's littered with plot holes, and that's the joke. But, yeah, there's only so far you can go with this absurdity until it's so fucking stupid that it's not funny anymore. This episode was more annoying than it was funny, and the episode structure is exactly the same as the last one. But also, there's meta fourth wall breaking jokes, again. Like the show hasn't done that already.
But is it not still there?
Yeah, but no one's gonna notice after all that excitement.
That's right. Covering up a terrible plot hole adventure with special effects is the Hollywood way.
Hilarious joke! We're all having such a great time because we learned so much!
I might even need to whoop myself. Good night, y'all.
Well, you better not break my belt.
Robin thinks that he's only a hero because of his Unity belt, so he donates it to the thrift store. I don't care for this one, and that's mainly because previous episodes never show him having a talking Unity belt, so this is fucking stupid.
Please, your house is so awful, it's lowering the property value of my house.
Well, we love living next to you.
Because we know how much it drives you crazy.
Brain, just go back to your old house in Jump City. The Brain becomes a home inspector so he can get the Doom Patrol's house condemned. It's fun to see the Doom Squad again, but like the last episode, I don't really care for this one that much. I think it's better than the last episode, but not by much. And because we're focusing on the Doom Patrol, I guarantee we're going to be focusing on them in the next couple of episodes.
Father, will I ever have a beard like yours?
No.
I am so excited to be camping for the first time ever in the woodsies.
Called it.
The Doom Patrol gets some of the Chief's beard gel so they can grow out their beards despite his warnings.
Oh shit, here we go again.
My god, it's like a typical Teen Titans Go episode of Robin telling the Titans not to do something stupid, they do it anyway, and then they face the consequences for it. This episode is no different, so I won't spend much time talking about this one. They get their beards and then they get attacked by the Beard Hunter. After getting overworked, the Doom Patrol sends Elastigirl to a spa so she can relax. While she's gone, the Chief makes a robot replacement.
Sounds awfully familiar.
Jimmy Neutron did this plot already. This episode is just as basic as it can possibly get. They try to take care of themselves after Elastigirl leaves, but they can't. They make a robot, they overwork her, and then she tries to kill them all. Could see this coming from a mile away.
She's feeding off your negativity.
Don't worry about me. Keep fighting.
The Doom family tries to produce more positive energy because when they produce negative energy, Negative Girl feeds on it, and if she eats any more, she'll turn nuclear. The rest of the episode is just Negative Girl pushing everybody to the limit until she gets the negative energy that she's after. I do like the Ghostbusters-inspired fight at the end. That was pretty funny. And as a whole, it's better than the previous two.
Oh, yes! Look at how extreme I'm getting! That one hit me in the eye! So extreme!
Who's ready for an extreme teddy eating competition? Then let's get extreme!
Extreme! Extreme! Extreme!
Okay, every time you say extreme, it makes me die a little inside. Robot Man wants to prove that he's extreme, so he befriends King Shark and his gang. They kind of did this already with the Crabs episode. The only difference is that they're switching it to sharks now.
Yeah, okay.
I don't really care about this episode. It's weaker than the last one. Control Freak is back, and instead of just killing the Teen Titans, he decides to trap them in their own intro, which eventually leads to a multiverse kind of episode where they jump from one intro to the next in order to take Control Freak's remote away from him. I really enjoyed this one. It was fun seeing these characters go from their intro to the Flintstones, the Jetsons, Scooby-Doo, Batman the Animated Series, and to the OG Teen Titans. It was a really entertaining watch.
It looks like we're in the Stone Age.
No, bro. This is the modern Stone Age. We're in the title sequence of the Flintstones. The Teen Titans.
Excuse us, George. We need to capture a dangerous criminal.
Better take this, too, in case we need to pay for parking.
Out you go.
Oh, my goodness. We're in the Scooby-Doo intro. This is so cool.
Yes, but this intro is riddled with booby traps, so don't touch anything.
Now where are we?
This is the intro to Batman, the Animated Series.
Oh, no. No. You've zapped us into the 2003 Teen Titans series.
Whoa, this version of the tower is so much more spacious than our version.
Good job, you guys. I really liked this one. I especially liked the alternate version of the Teen Titans Go characters taking over the OG intro.
Poltergeist in the closet.
Ooh, I died when Homer sat on me.
Why, you little... I'm the victim here!
For this Halloween special, the Titans meet this famous haunted tank along with this ghost named General Tucker, and after firing Robin's prize-winning pumpkin, they have to go find it, but then it leads them to a haunted house that they need to explore. But here's the thing, it turns out that this haunted house has a ghost inside it, and that ghost is the brother of General Tucker.
Oh, how convenient.
This one's alright. I thought it was pretty fun seeing Harry fuck around with both his brother and the Titans, but luckily they do get their payback on him by going into his room.
Hey, Harry! Who's this on your phone?
My girlfriend.
Hey, girl, it's Harry, and I'm in love with you.
And it has a nice ending with both brothers reconciling. A good Halloween special, but not on par with the previous ones.
100 kisses from the angels on my tummy. 100 kisses from my mommy when I'm crummy.
The Teen Titans get ready to celebrate Warner Brothers' 100th anniversary, but during the party, the Dancing Frog gets his hands on the WB Shield, which powers everything at Warner Brothers Studios. You know what, I will say this, even though this episode serves as a circle jerk for other franchises that Warner Brothers owns, much like Disney did with their short Once Upon a Studio, to the point where they're basically the same thing, but the only difference is that this episode actually does something with its plot, unlike Disney.
You suck!
I mean, granted, it is a glorified fetch quest when the frog breaks the Warner Brothers shield and sends the pieces to different locations in the studio, but hey, I'll take that over nothing. And besides, it has some nice witty banter between the characters, especially Daffy and Robin, and I like how each destination is from a Warner Brothers property, from The Wizard of Oz to Friends and to the Blockbuster Island. So yeah, Teen Titans Go, of all things, did a better job at celebrating Warner Brothers' 100th anniversary than the studio itself. That is fucking hilarious.
That's some funny shit.
But I do have one major nitpick. Where the fuck was Regular Show and Gumball? You got Adventure Time and Steven Universe in this crap, but you couldn't get Regular Show and Gumball? What the fuck?
No, it ain't! Cause this is a magical wishbone.
Beast Boy gives the Titans a wishbone, which is stupid because they all wish for something stupid. Cyborg turns into a cow, Robin has talking manly hands, Starfire's crockpot comes to life, and Raven is in a deep sleep. And after Robin breaks the wishbone, they all need to go to Gobble Gobble Island so they can get a wishbone from the Great Turkey. I don't like it. It's nowhere near the worst Thanksgiving special I've ever seen, but it's really nothing great, outstanding, or even memorable. Even some of the enemies they come across are not that great, honestly. Weak as fuck.
Of course, man. Having a tree is an important part of celebrating Christmas.
But what's even more important is spending the holiday with someone you despise.
And it's just not Christmas without a tree.
Oh, that's a very touching story, Mumbo. But we don't care!
Now unhand this tree at once!
It's ours! Yeah! Finders keepers, yo!
These guys are such fucking assholes sometimes. I gotta watch me some Adventure Time after this. After the Titans take away the best looking tree from Mumbo Jumbo, remember him? He decides to get payback on the fuckers by shrinking them to microscopic size with this star that he placed on top of the tree. So now the Titans have to climb into said tree to get the star so they can destroy it, but Mumbo uses their ornaments against them. Sure, they kind of did this already with the Season 2 episode Body Adventure, but I think the Christmas tree that the Titans are traveling around in is pretty nicely designed. Totally beats a carpet and the inside of Cyborg's body. And I thought the ending itself was pretty decent. A pretty fine Christmas special overall. Hey guys, remember when Beast Boy had a few solo episodes dedicated to him and his crew? Well, that's what this episode is, focusing on Starfire and her crew as she returns to Tamaran. But first, she needs to get 3 special items to surprise Blackfire. Well, it's good to see she's trying to make up with her sister again, but it starts to go tits up when the ship proves itself to be a major pain in the rear. I was so bored watching this. I'm sorry, but the Star Trek parody is not going to save your ass this time, since you did it already. But they're going to drag this out for the next 4 episodes, regardless of what I have to say.
Freak! Bash Cat Bean! Take order from Freak, or Freak bash you into mush pile!
Freak wants to be captain, and after he gets the position, he starts to make his crew's life a living hell, and this really does suck because they're trying to find a flower in this episode. I like the way the junkyard looks. That's it.
Our top hats are the missing!
After acquiring the Moonflower in the last episode, the crew tries to get some sugar crystals, but during a teleportation incident, the crew only has 50% of their bodies, more specifically their lower half. So throughout this episode, you're just watching a bunch of legs moving around.
I'm so fucking bored!
Dude, I'm like Ella Smart right now. I just don't give a fuck and I want to get this done.
That's $10 you owe me, dickface.
They get the galactic egg in this episode. And also, I made a shocking discovery. It turns out that the Tooth Fairy is female. Like, seriously, that honestly blew my mind. I did not expect that. I thought this character was male, but no, this is a female character. What? You want me to talk about the episode? Dude, it's fucking boring. What do you want me to say? I'm done. Let's move on to the final episode.
That's right. I'm the wild card.
Nice ship. You cop it from the junk planet?
What's good, Blackfire? Starfire and her crew, along with Robin, who's been tagging along this whole time, try to stop Blackfire from acquiring the Fire Crown. I mean, the main plot with Starfire and her crew going on a little adventure was okay, but the side plot with Robin falling in love with a cake version of Starfire was really annoying.
Oh, Star Cake, falling in love with you has been a dream come true. And getting married, well, that was just the icing on the cake. I can't wait to start a family together.
I mean, this episode is slightly better than the last ones, but that's not really saying much.
How can we help you?
Where you going, Mom?
Azarath for a while to hang out with my family and help out at their bookstore.
Well, if Starfire and Beast Boy can have a couple of episodes dedicated to themselves, I see no reason why they can't do the same with Raven.
Well, I could think of a couple more cheeks.
Raven goes to Azarath to spend time with her grandmother, her pals, and help them run this bookstore. But while she's there, she and the others come across Trigon's autobiography and release the demons from his past. I saw what they did there.
You see?
It's pretty good. The best part of the episode was Trigon trying to get his past selves into his autobiography after they escaped, the best of which was the peace-loving hippie Trigon, and there was some nice back and forth between the characters, I guess. But there's one thing I will say about this episode. It marks the first time I've ever heard anybody refer to Raven as Rachel.
Oh, sweet unmerciful nether regions is my darling little Rachel.
Raven, Nana, Trigon, and the other two participate in a British Bake Off style competition, except it's with magic. But then at the end of the episode, they decide to make it a cooking show. That's it. It's not bad, it's just nothing spectacular.
Ain't no mistake about it. That potion summoned what you love the most, and it's me, Mama.
Oh, your boyfriend is charming.
He's not my boyfriend!
So I guess those episodes from a couple of years ago were pointless. So I guess the Raven x Beast Boy ship has sunk.
Art, I don't want to alarm you, but there may be a boogeyman or boogeymen in the house!
Raven, Nana, Hank, and Kat, yes, I just remembered their names, try to scare the fuck out of Trigon with this old book from his childhood called The Boogeyman. And to make this episode a little more interesting, they decide to bring the Boogeyman to life. God, if I have to see another one of these characters trying to face their fears episodes one more time. But thankfully, this episode does make use of its concept pretty well, because it turns out that the Boogeyman can turn into whatever character from whatever book he eats. That's it, really. But I enjoyed it for what it tried to do, though. Do you guys remember that obscure cartoon, Lunatics Unleashed? A cartoon that tried to make the Looney Tunes all serious and anime-like?
Powers to protect and serve! Tons of egos, lots of nerve! Never question, never swerve! Lunatics Unleashed!
Fuck's sake. Anyway, I digress.
Well, that's what this episode is all about. Bringing the Lunatics into Teen Titans Go for some odd reason. I don't fucking know. I don't write this shit. Trigon has invested in the world of Lunatics Unleashed. Why would he do that? Well, it's his job. He invests in different worlds, even the world of the Thundercats. I know this because the show takes a couple of seconds to point out how Kat and Hank are big fans of the show.
You own Third Earth, home of the Thundercats?
That's right. We love the Thundercats! Mainly because it's filled with cats and ghosts.
I am Lionel, Lord of the Thundercats!
Okay, that's enough!
Anyway, after killing the Lunatics, Trigon transports the Teen Titans to their planet. And I'm pretty sure you guys know where this is going to go from here.
Yep.
For the rest of the episode, they just have the Teen Titans act like the Lunatics to further illustrate how Lunatics Unleashed as a concept was a shitty idea from the start. And for what it's worth, it's fine. I don't really feel too strongly about it one way or another.
So just try and be original.
The Azarath crew, yes, that's what I'm calling them, go into the realm of the public domain, an island where character books, like Winnie the Pooh, think that they're free. But in reality, they're not, as the Hollywood machine constantly sucks them up and ruins them by making these shitty, crappy remakes so they can make a quick buck. Ugh. Excuse me. Color me impressed. I really liked this episode. And that's because it's a not-so-subtle commentary on how Hollywood, more specifically Disney, constantly takes these classic stories that are meant to be in the public domain and butchers them for the sake of money. And I can't help but relate to that so much, because we've seen tons of examples of them doing this, taking these classic stories and fucking them up beyond repair. And I know this isn't exactly new, considering YouTubers like myself and others have talked about this for years, but to see a television show from a major network bring attention to their own shitty business practices, it's honestly pretty surprising. Okay, let me rephrase this. To see a television show from a kids network bringing attention to this is honestly pretty surprising. Okay, so after this barrage of episodes, I think we're going back to the basic format of the show. And if I had to compare the Starfire episodes to the Raven episodes, I think Raven's episodes are way better compared to her episodes. And I bet that later on we'll most likely have solo episodes dedicated to Cyborg and Robin.
Someone else is responsible, and these tapes might reveal their identity. Let's watch another.
The Titans retreat into an underground bunker after their distress signal gets stolen, so to kill some time they watch previous episodes of the show.
Here we go.
Similar to the bottle episode, you have the characters trapped in one room throughout the entire episode, and during the episode's runtime you watch clips from previous episodes. The only thing that makes it slightly different is that they point out animation errors. And I gotta admit, there was one animation error that I was hoping that they would point out, and they did.
Unchecked, that power can lead to bad things.
Ah! Check it out! I got 2 heads! That's dope, yo!
It's meh. What do you want me to say?
18 naked cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch.
The Teen Titans build a new office for their animators. We haven't seen these guys properly since Season 4. Anyway, while they're helping the crew get to the office, they encounter some trouble. This one's good. I enjoyed seeing the animators help out the Teen Titans whenever they were in a rough patch. And this episode as a whole is dedicated to the closing of Warner Bros. Ranch that was located in Burbank, California, which served as the headquarters for Warner Bros. Animation.
The number of the day, favorite one of mine. The number of the day is 9.
9 times, bro. 9 whole fucking times. I enjoyed seeing the Teen Titans show up. I giggled at Batman, Commissioner Gordon, and Alfred fighting over the TV so they could watch their shows. But with that said, I don't fucking care anymore.
We're DC's longest running animated series. We're DC's longest running animated show.
This whole ceremony's a sham. The Justice League should have won. We've been around way longer than you little brats.
Holy shit, Superman is actually talking.
Whoa!
Okay, so Teen Titans Go has won an award for longest running series, and they act like incredibly smug assholes while they're delivering their acceptance speech. Naturally, Superman does not approve of this, so he sends them to a different realm. Hence, this is where we get the stop motion part of the episode, which I will admit was handled very well. It was fun to see these characters go to different places and destinations. It was visually appealing to the eye.
Whoa!
I think this episode perfectly captures Teen Titans Go at its core. It wants to be its own thing, but at the same time it still harbors bitterness and hatred towards people who criticize them. Not to mention they have little to no respect towards other franchises. They're so arrogant and spiteful, but at the same time they want to act as if they're the victims. In fact, I think the legendary Alpha J perfectly summarizes it way better than I attempted to.
Let's say for the last 9 years, I spent some videos bragging about not just being the best in this community, but also acknowledging that people hate me, but I'm here to stay anyway. And then in my 10th year, I turned around and talked about how I'm underpaid and pushed like a Patreon or merch or something like that, but still keep the energy of being arrogant to farm reactions from haters. Would you feel bad for me in this scenario? Because that's what Teen Titans Go tried to do in their 400th episode. There's scenes within this episode where they're still going to that same well of trying to farm outrage, but it's even more confusing here because they're also farming sympathy at the same time. And to answer the question I had at the start of this video, you should not feel bad for me. If I bragged for years about my success and I farmed outrage from haters, and then turned around and appealed for pity about being overworked and underpaid, my negative reputation should supersede any plights for sympathy.
And that's this episode at its core. It's both the best and the worst episode of Teen Titans Go, so I'm capping it off with a good 6 out of 10. And that's it. I'm done. No more. No more episodes. Even if there's new episodes coming out next year, I'm not doing them. This is a good stopping point. Finally, I'm finished. I watched and ranked every single episode of Teen Titans Go. It's pretty bad.
Called it.
But I'll give it credit. It's not Velma levels of bad. That's gotta be some kind of accomplishment. I won! As a whole, it's just a very run-of-the-mill animated series. And what really doesn't help is that in the 10 years that it's been running, this series really hasn't improved that much. It's been pretty stagnant and repetitive throughout all 8 seasons. Even though there have been some pretty good, or dare I say, outstanding episodes here and there, for the most part, you have to make your way through some very run-of-the-mill, uninspired, predictable, insulting, disrespectful, pathetic, idiotic, and boring episodes ever conceived.
Listen up, Titans! We have less than 30 seconds to watch every episode of Teen Titans Go ever made! Oh, yeah! Let's do this! Titans Go!
The animation is mediocre, although it can have its shining moments at certain points. The characters are a mixed bag. There are some I really enjoy watching, but then there are some that make this show insufferable to watch. The jokes can range from decent to lowbrow garbage, and overall, nothing has changed with this series in terms of tone, characters, or style. Hopefully that spin-off show will be better than this. And I think that's the biggest problem with this show. It's a show that's only made for the sake of making money. Just like with the Disney live-action remakes, it's only made for the sake of taking a series that was popular in the past, butchering it in the worst way possible, and milking every single cent out of it until it's bone dry. And also to make some toys while they're at it.
Kids! Kids! Ah! It's so awesome! I want it!
And it's a shame because when this show tries, it manages to succeed. But that's the thing here. Cartoon Network doesn't want it to try hard. It intends to skirt on by with just good enough. And that's the issue with this show. It could have been something special like the OG or many of its other competitors at the time. But instead, it wants to be a lazy, cash-grabbing piece of garbage that doesn't want to give the new generation something meaningful to remember. Were people harsh on this show when it first came out? Sure, they were, but I can totally understand why they were upset. Not to the extent of harassing the crew, but I can totally understand their frustrations. Instead of giving fans a 6th season, they decided to turn the show into something that it was never meant to be, and every time you criticize the show for it, you're labeled as an idiot by both dipshits on X and the show itself.
We haven't seen one in years!
Yeah, clowns are great. For little kids. You guys are too old for clowns.
This clown is horrible!
Yeah, why is he doing lame kitty stuff?
Boo!
I told you, you're too old for clowns.
No way! This clown is for kids!
Yes, clowns are for kids!
When I was a kid, clowns were way cooler.
They had depth and meaning.
This clown is garbage. Kids today don't know what they're missing.
You've taken something that's meant to be for kids and made it totally inappropriate, just so you could still enjoy something you should have outgrown. That clown's not for children, and I'm worried what the influence of something like that could have on all kids' entertainment.
I guess we lost sight of what made clowns cool in the first place. as being age-appropriate entertainment.
We can't hold on to our childhood forever. Things change.
Could this be the end of the Teen Titans? I thought being serious would bring us closer, but it's only driven us apart.
It's not supposed to be charming, it's supposed to be cool! They took one of the greatest action cartoons of all time and turned it into a comedy? I am outraged!
We's all outraged!
Because someone made a cartoon not the way we exactly wanted them to!
That's why!
Yeah.
I've seen enough!
What were we thinking giving this garbage a second chance?
It's even worse than I thought!
Friends, you have still not given it the chance.
We don't have to give it a chance to see what's wrong with it.
And what is that?
Oh, I don't know. Everything!
How can you get this so worked up and down over the children's show?
Oh, so just because it's for kids means it doesn't have to be any good? Kids are a lot smarter than you give them credit for.
Please, do not hurt my friends. They are just the entitled brats with the no manners.
You've shown me that Thundercat's roar is a worthy successor, and anyone who says otherwise has a poop mouth with poop opinions.
Well, I guess that settles it.
Yo, this cat has spoken.
And for the people who are gonna ask, Christian, does the show get better or worse over time? I mean, it gets slightly better, but that's not a high bar to begin with. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Let's rank these fuckers. Well, those are my thoughts on Teen Titans Go. What do you guys think of this show? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Tell me in the comment section below. I'm going to get some sleep, and I'll catch you guys later.